Everyone knows Washington University, but many people don't know that one of the most important political moments in American history occurred in this gymnasium. In the lead up to the 1992 election, Texas businessman Ross Perot was being speculated for a presidential run. For the longest time, Perot had denied he wanted to run for president on the strongest terms. Eventually, he went on a talk show, Larry King Live, and he was asked this.
A scenario in which you'd say, okay, I'm in.
If you're that serious, you, the people, are that serious, you register me in 50 states. And if you're not willing to organize and do that, then this is all just talk.
His response was not a full yes, but it wasn't encouraging either. Perot had set a bar so high for his supporters in hoping that his supporters would stop talking about him. Did his supporters take it that way? No. Within a short time, Perot was on the ballot in every single state, all 50. And he didn't even lift a finger. His supporters in some states had to gather up to 100,000 signatures in a matter of months. But his supporters didn't care. Perot was willing to champion issues such as campaign finance reform, opposing unfair trade deals such as NAFTA, which the Midwest definitely supported, and balancing the budget. These proposals, both Clinton and Bush willingly ignored. Alas, the target was met, and Perot threw his hat in the ring and is running for president. Because he was doing unusually well for a third-party candidate, Perot got to participate in the presidential debates, including one right here in this gymnasium.
Well, I think one thing that distinguishes is experience.
Experience is important, yes. I've gotten a lot of good experience in dealing with ordinary people over the last year, a month. I've touched more people's lives and seen more heartbreak and hope, more pain and more promise than anybody else who's run for president this year.
Well, they've got a point. I don't have any experience in running up a $4 trillion debt.
In a post-debate poll, the vast majority of voters believe Perot absolutely crushed Clinton and Bush. But by then, it was too late. Moderate voters were afraid they'd split the vote against Governor Clinton and give the unpopular Bush a second term. On Election Day, Perot received an exceptional 19% of the vote, but 0 electoral votes. After this, Perot went on in 1996 to run for president again, but this time on his own party, the Reform Party, with his same platform. But by then, his support was waning. In 1996, he had just got 9% of the vote nationwide, still no electoral votes. By 2000, Perot had largely abandoned the Reform Party, and the latter collapsed. Perot's unconventional campaigns for president also raised unfair problems with the way we vote. Because we only have one vote, citizens commonly vote for someone who not only fits their priorities, but also has a very likely chance to win.
I mean, seriously, is this like charity work? I'm not voting.
Jay Hailstone, he has 0.1% of the polls.
Because of this, voters usually coalesce around 2 candidates because anything higher would split the vote. This is the exact reason why we end up in sub-election cycles with 2 very unpopular candidates and no viable alternatives. But there is a solution: ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting is where instead of selecting one candidate, you have the ability to rank them in order of preference. So if a candidate does not achieve 50% of the vote, second place votes are added up and the least popular candidate is eliminated. This repeats until we have a majority winner. This removes the problem of vote splitting outright and allows to be 3, 4, 5, 6, as many candidates as you want to be viable. Okay, Desmond, now we have a solution. What do we do? Currently, this voting system is outlawed by Missouri state law because they tricked voters into banning it in 2024. But here in St. Louis, we're building a movement. As part of St. Louis ranked choice voting, we are actively recruiting volunteers and supporters to eventually overturn this ban and allow for more choices for Missourians and St. Louisans as a whole.